Okay, it's weird. All right, so I am here, and I am so glad that you are here too. Tonight we're going to talk about some interesting things. We are going to, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you a little side story while everybody's showing up. So the people that are here are going to get to hear the story, and the other people, you're going to have to listen to it later. So I'm putting on lipstick, right? And my son comes in, he goes, "Hey, Mom, why are my lips the same color as the color you're putting on your lips right now?" And I responded, I looked at him, I said, "Oh, honey, it's because we dye a little every day." And so he then turned that into a metal song. So I just want to say, so proud of him right now. So it turned it into a metal song and brightened up my night. Hilarious. So, okay, so that's fun. If you are over on YouTube, I'm asking you to run over to YouTube, and whichever one it is, get to YouTube, sign up, subscribe, also hit the bell. And let me just tell you why. I'm asking you to subscribe because it allows you to keep getting free content, and I keep writing these and thinking about these and really trying to decide how am I going to get the best to you? How am I going to reach you? So if you subscribe after I hit X amount of numbers, then YouTube starts paying me, supposedly. So it's all an adventure. So if you haven't done it, do it. And then if you do it, tell me about it and hit that little bell, and you'll be able to get a notification for when I'm on. So that being said, thank you so much for being here again tonight. I was sitting in a, I was sitting at, so I live in a, I was going to say, I almost said a commune. I do not live in a commune. I live in co-housing. It's kind of like a Nouveau Hippie. That's kind of what I say. Maybe that's what I am, a Nouveau Hippie. So we are making our own laundry detergent today. So I sat in, well, the kids mostly did, right? They mostly did it, and then they banged on everybody's doors to get plastic bottles because it's also, we're celebrating Zero Waste Week here. So Zero Waste Week, making your own laundry detergent. And I was sitting in it all day. So somebody came in, a neighbor was like, "Doesn't your nose hurt?" And I went home and I'm like, oh my gosh, I tend to get sensitive with smells, not so sensitive that they knock me out, but if I've been in them for a long time without noticing it, it happens. So that's a little bit what I want to talk about. I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how it rolls into our hope. Because how do you boil a frog? I mean, not everybody knows this, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Maybe you do. How do you boil a frog? You do it slowly. You do it without the frog noticing that it's starting to get hot in here. Or how do you freeze a frog? I mean, you just begin to do it slowly. So it's kind of that way when I was sitting in the room with all this borax, is I just slowly didn't really at all start to smell it until somebody else noticed it. Here's the interesting thing. It's kind of that way with spirit too. I mean, okay, just hear me out, okay? Before you be like, "What are you talking about, Janny?" No, I want you to hear me out. It's kind of like that with spirit as well, because what happens is things begin to happen around you that you may not even notice are supernatural, but they're happening. And not until somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh my gosh, that's not supposed to happen," or "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" So I'm going to share a little bit of the story, because that's what I said. Like, I'll get off track. We'll talk a little bit about other stuff, and we'll talk about hope, and we're going to talk about energy, vibrations, and we're going to talk about healing. But first off, I have to make sure that I say, and if I forget to come back to it, there's like totally a sister energy here that of a sister who's passed. She's been with me for a few hours now, and and a male, because I just have this like screeching head pain right now. So okay, hang on a second. That's a head injury. That's always a head injury when it's that hard. So geez. Okay. Sometimes I take over, and I absolutely like I'm a little sensitive today, so their normal signs are hitting me a little bit harder. So, oh shoot, we have a live audience member too. So, what was I saying right before that?
Borax.
Oh, spirit. Okay, this is why like it's so important to have a live studio audience because you could say, where was I at? So here's where I was. So I was going to tell the story. When my father died, there were all these like beautiful flowers. People sent all these beautiful flowers, and there was this gorgeous flower. It was sent by where I was working during the day that time, just randomly. And I remember walking over to them, and I sat there, and I looked into this flower. And as I looked into this flower, I started to travel inside the flower. I went inside all of the petals and I could see like worlds and universes in the petals, in the flower stems, in the leaves. It was amazingly beautiful. And then of course I wanted to share with everybody else. So I stopped and I went and got somebody else to see if they could see it. They couldn't see it. So I didn't really think anything of it at that time. I was starting to be a frog that was getting boiled. Do you see that? Like the temperature, the spirit slowly ramped up. Now, does that mean that everybody that's watching is going to turn into a medium? I don't know. I don't have the answers to everything, thank God, because then my life would kind of be boring, right? If I knew everything that was going to happen. And let me tell you, my life is far from boring. So spirit begins to work on you slowly, begins to open you up slowly. Sometimes I always say that when people see me, okay, I don't always say it. I say it whenever I remember to say it, is when people see me, they usually, I'm their first experience with spirit. I always call myself like first line infantry. Like I'm who you're going to see the first time that you are going to, that you're going to connect with spirit. I've done that for many people, began to like get them down their spiritual path, start their spiritual, because here's the truth. You show up at a group with me, you show up on a one-on-one session. I don't care if you've never seen me before or if you've seen me 10 times. You inadvertently began your spiritual path because you opened up to spirit. Opening up to spirit allows spirit to come in and give you messages. So messages could look, I see a question out there about a boiled frog thing. Oh, you do get it now? I don't know if that's what I'm saying is spirit can give you messages and they have to ramp it up a little bit at a time, and then more and more and more until they're finally like almost yelling in your face, like, here I am, I'm here, I'm right here, and I'm here for you. Talk to me, sister. Right, that's what Spirit's saying. So just think about it. I mean, I hope that makes sense. So, okay. A one-on-one changed my life. Tony, that's so sweet. If you haven't liked this, you got to do it. So you got to hit the little thumbs up thing, hit the little bell, do all these things so that you can, that you can spread the word, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing whatever's in front of me every time it's in front of me. So, okay. I traveled inside. So that is what happened during the day. Okay. I traveled inside these petals and flowers and gorgeous stuff. Now, I happen to be a kind of intense person in life. So I am, my goodbyes are big, my highs are big, I am in it. Like every moment I am in it to win every moment, not win it, right? But I'm in it to like, I won't leave until my mark is left, or it's not even the right way. That's not what I'm trying to say, but because I have to kind of prep you for what I'm about to tell you. That's why I'm saying these things. Is I went to high school with the people that owned, the boys that owned, or the young men at that point, the young men who owned the funeral home. So I spent the night in the funeral home with my father and a boyfriend and my best friend. So sort of like all there, I was on an air mattress. Of course, we didn't get any sleep, right? No sleep. So I wake up in the middle of the night. I wake up in the middle of the night and get this. So exciting, right? The mattress is glowing, this beautiful blue I've never seen before in my life. What do you think I did? What would you do? Think about that for a second. What would you do? I'll tell you what I did. I went back to sleep. That's what I did. I didn't even recognize that something supernatural was happening. I didn't even see it. I went back to bed. Right back to sleep. I'm not here in spirit. No way. Nope. Then, so maybe let's say that's 3, 4 in the morning. So around 6 a.m., I wake up again. But this time, I wake up with my boyfriend sleeping next to me. He wakes up too. And he went, what is going on? Oh my God. I'm like, this is not supposed to happen. And then I was like, oh yeah, you're right. This isn't supposed to happen. Like I had to totally have somebody else see it for me. I talked to a lot of people that had to have me see it for them, me hear it for them, me conduit it for them, me channel it for them, me be with them to have their experiences validated, have their wishes and dreams or prayers, if you want, begin to see the fruition. So understand every moment Spirit's helping you. So let's just talk about, we won't even talk about the flower thing. We'll leave that for another day. Okay. We'll just talk about the whole air mattress thing, because that's a pretty big thing. So I woke up once, right? I woke up once, didn't even notice it, didn't even hit my conscious brain that something was going on that wasn't supposed to be going on. I fell back asleep. Spirit's like, okay, all right, okay, we get this. She's a little crazy right now. Let's get this. Let's do this another step. Let's break it down another way. Let's really hit her hard. So she's gonna wake up, but they're gonna wake up him too. Both of those people are gonna wake up at the same time, and then she'll know something's happening. And not until that happened did I know. Light and blew it, and it didn't, of course, glow. It only was glowing there. It only was going an archangel kind of blue. So Spirit ramps things up. You can also do this in your daily life. I know we were going to talk about hope, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. We talk about whatever it's supposed to be talking about, and this is what we're talking about. Sometimes in your daily life, things aren't working out, and I'm having that experience. Like I have a day job. Should I even talk about this? Sure, go for it. Oh my God. I'm thinking. I don't know. Let's say I'm not going to talk about that. I don't know. I'm like a little bit, I'm pulling myself a little bit back on my energy about that, because let me just say this. I'm going to say this that I've seen in Julie. I'm going to say that what Spirit will help you to do if you're not listening is increase the messages in, and sometimes we're really not listening, right? So the whole idea that I wake up and he wakes up, and not until he wakes up did I notice that there was this thing happening that really shouldn't happen, right? Sometimes it can be like that with your job, your position you have that you really depend on, that things aren't working, and they then become such a high degree of unworking that you really have to question, I wonder, like, have I just lost my mind, or is Spirit trying to tell me something? Universe, angels, guides, I don't care what you want to call it, honestly, because it's it's completely your message. So you get to write the story about it. It's your story. Okay, more on your story and a couple other YouTube videos. But for now, understand like, so we're gonna jump ship on that kind of thing. I'm gonna talk about a little other story, and then we're gonna talk about we might talk about this sister. Okay. I just felt like four spirits come a little bit closer to me. So there is this woman in Ann Arbor who I really love, and I recommend and refer people to, and her name is Alice Mixer. Alice, ALICE, Mixer, MIXER. I usually I don't recommend people unless I've met them, unless I've done work with them. And so I did a life between life. So she does a past life regression using the Dolores Cannon. You can look this all up. Dolores Cannon method. And she also does what I really cared about. I never cared about past life regressions. I cared about the in-between life. What was the in-between life like? And there's Dr. Michael Newton. He's an amazing author. The Destiny of Souls, Journey of Souls, amazing books to read about life between life. And he is a whatever. He does hypnosis. He does hypnosis, and he stumbled on this life between life. All of a sudden, these people started coming that wanted, I don't know what the heck they were working on, but then all of a sudden, boom, they're in between lives and telling them about soul colors and guides and missions and a whole bunch of stuff, right? Before I even knew about those books, I tried to get myself hypnotized for past life regression. And when I showed up there, it was just when my babies were born. So they were probably 1 or 2. Before I knew I was a medium, still all pre-medium, right? And I show up in her seat and she's like, what do you want to work on? I'm like, I don't want to go to past life. I want to go in between lives. And she went, what? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. You could just do that. So let's just go in between lives. So anyway, yeah, it didn't work because she took me down a journey and she had her own way. So I almost got myself there, which if you guys want to talk about that, you can call me or something. So anyway, so I am going back to how we're going to finish up Hope. Like this is all going to come together, I think. I'm almost positive it's going to. If not, there'll be a lot of loose ends and many, many more weeks of Mediumship Mondays. So, so I had never listened to. She records it to you. She records it and then you listen to it later, right? You just listen to it later. Or if you want to, you can listen to it. So I didn't listen to mine, and it's been over a year. So, okay. So it's been over a year, and I listened to it, and I'm blown away because I don't remember it. Like, I don't, like, the person that's talking and the things that are being said, I don't remember saying any of it. Okay? Nothing. So what ends up happening is I hear in this, which I just was like, okay, we've been working on Hope, right? This is our 5th week that we were going to talk about Hope. Do you want to know something absolutely bananas? I mean, it's bananas how many synchronistic things are happening to me. But this is another banana thing. And I am just going to hide that one comment right there. Okay. And what's bananas is this. In there, she started talking about, she was talking to my guide. So my guide was talking to her, right? And who knows where I was? I was just consciously not there. She begins to chant. She's like, she's asking my guide, what is she supposed to be doing? What is she doing? Are you ready for this? Like, it's just, she's supposed to be bringing hope to this world. And I went, holy, I couldn't believe it. And I don't know if you can swear on YouTube. I'm sure you can, but maybe, I know that actually one kid is listening, so. So anyway, I mean, that's literally what she said. And you're supposed to be here to bring hope. You're bringing hope to people. You are doing this. You're supposed to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't want to get into all of that because it's many. We'll see what happens. So isn't that awesome? So hope. And remember, I said nobody really out there is talking about hope right now. This is it's not something, because we are really in the age of fear. Like the age, you just look at how much people are tearing each other apart. I just look at it. My kids, no, I'm not kidding. Kids, they don't count. Kids got to try on every kind of mania and every kind of total personality disorder. I don't know. They got to go a little manic too, then a whole lot depressive. So they don't count. But when we get to an adult, because here's the thing. You never have it figured out. You think you do. You think you know what you're doing. You're on your path. You're doing this thing. You're really trying to move forward. You're really trying to think you have a grip, but the grip changes. Because if you're not following your path, if you're not following your path, it's going to be much harder. Okay? All right. Does that make sense? Okay. So, yeah, kids. You just gotta, you want to get enlightened, have kids. Most of you have them, right? If you want to be enlightened, you want to learn about yourself and who you are, have some kids. And then you're going to find out who you are. Oh, somebody just rolled their eyes on there. Whoever you are, blah. Yeah, the light does burn my eyes a little bit. I haven't figured it out. It does make me look like I have a great complexion, though. You're totally right. Anyway, I hope that this makes sense. So I do want to talk about there's a brother and a sister. I feel like this actually, for the brother, it actually might be a gunshot to the back of their head. I'm so sorry to say that, but it feels like we're there. I also feel like it was very surprising. It was like there was an accident. So it makes me this. So it's because I'm asking. So what I'll ask, they'll tell me hopefully, and then we'll just have this conversation as we talk. But I'm seeing this. It's almost like they keep like pointing to the back of my head. Anyway, that's there. I also feel there's another brother here too. Okay, this one is younger. Makes me feel I don't know. Interestingly enough, 12. That's the number I just got. 12 years old. I feel taken quickly as well. So it's really interesting. So this brother teases in this life. So I don't know if you're experiencing like either your lights going off or your phone turning on or off or acting weird. This is that energy come through. So that's kind of what we're talking about there. I also have this. So I also have. I just have he's coming in overalls. He's looking like a farmer to me, and the farmer is kind of looking, he's like I don't know, how tall are you? I don't know, just shy of 6 feet is what he feels like to me. Feels really big. I see a big belly, and I do see like the overalls with him. And it does feel like a farmer. I was outside a lot, doing things. By things, I mean planting. I also feel like there's this, he's showing me, it's weird. He's showing me like, he might not have been a farmer, like our traditional idea of what a farmer is, but definitely feels like he farmed, like he had land and he grew his own stuff, very much a gardener, very much outside. And I'm seeing by water. So he's showing me like, I think he might have had a pond or he built his house there because this is what he's showing. Okay. Okay. I have, it's, I have an aunt coming forward. It's funny because she seems a little, it's like, as she steps forward, she's much stricter than what I would expect somebody to be, as an aunt. So like, she definitely had rules and boundaries. She's coming forward, and I want to say her name starts with an A because she's showing me that over again, that name again, starting with an A. So, and they just told me to end it, so we're ending it. I want to thank you so much for coming tonight. That was a hard stop. That's crazy, but it's the way it goes. I just listen and do what they tell me. So I have to tell you guys this. So I'll be in Chelsea on the 12th. The doors open at 4, so you can eat, and then the reading session will start at 8. Start at 6, not 8. Start at 6 and go for a couple hours. I'll be there. At the Arctic Breakaway. That's where it is. The Arctic Breakaway. That's one. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I'm going to be announcing a handwriting course that I'm going to teach. When am I going to teach it? Sometimes I think it might be sometime the end of this month, the beginning of October. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to, I'm actually putting together a conference. I'm so excited about this. I hope you'll just give me just a couple minutes to talk about it, because this conference it's interesting because whoever Golden Coin 100 is, which I don't know if that's Bitcoin, because I'm telling you, that's just tanked. So one of the things I want to talk about with it is, I just totally lost my train of thought. Conferences. Duh. Okay, so the conferences. So it's really, really important to talk about these conferences, because it's actually going to be a conference that I'm starting, and it's going to be a hybrid of unconferences and some scheduled talks. Here's the deal, and I don't know if you know this, and if you're in the metaphysical community, consider this me reaching out to you, because I actually think I'm going to have the first one in Detroit in February, or Florida. I haven't decided yet. One or the other. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is this: is most metaphysical people are not necessarily collaborative. I wanted to help change that. So I want to create a base. We're the people that are making the positive shift in the world, not just us, but I want to get this place where these people can get together, really connect with each other, and create bonds and friendships that help them as they're doing, usually this is a side deal and another job or two. So that's what I want to tell you. So I think that's going to be super cool. I am so excited, to the point where I'm like, how soon can I do this? Can I do it in 3 months? I don't think I can do it in 3 months. I'm shooting for 6 to maybe 8 months from now, and east of Colorado. And so I'm going to be looking at that. So there's a lot of really good things happening. They're not here yet, but they are. All I got to do is write them down and do everything else. So I'm sure that I'll have time. And so we're going to work this out. And if you have questions, please definitely get a hold of me. My phone number is 720-514-9724. Is that right? I think it's right. You can go Jani, Jani Cook, COOKE.com. That's my website. Come to the groups. You'll meet me, and I'm going to steal your line, Julie. Hope you're okay. Hope you're okay with this. This is totally Julie's line, so I'm making sure it's not my line. Because once you meet me, you didn't know you needed a Jani in your life. always says it about herself, which is totally, anyway, so that's where we're at. So if you have questions, you want to set up a phone Skype reading, you want to set up a private group reading in your house, I do all that. So, oh, that's right. And t-shirts. Oh my gosh, I sat down and wrote like 50 different t-shirt ideas. I just started like one after another. So I'm going to be working with a designer to figure that. Yeah, just in all of my spare time, I'm going to be doing that too. Beth is going to be busy. So see light, be light. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Just not in the middle of the night, okay? Everyone, true fact, everyone needs a Janny. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Have a good evening. Take care of yourself. And again, tomorrow is Tuesday. So if you're in the U.S., what's going to happen is you had today off, probably. So it's a short work week, if that helps you. Talk to you later. Cheerio. Cheerio. That's funny. I like it. Cheerio. Oops.